My name is Mia, and what do I love doing? Everything, mainly gardening. They're not planted far enough apart because the roots, once they come out, they come up to about here. And this here, the old shower thing, that's going to be the sides for it, but that's going to be a box for starting seedlings in. Yeah, gardening is great. I just bounce it to the earth and reconciling things in the terms of these days. If I get clogged up with things and things feel a bit too much, I go out in nature. I just really feel all the spaces in my heart, how it makes me feel in my belly, and I, breathe in the goodness of the earth. I imagine plants and seeds and those kind of things, and imagine sort of reaching up to the sky and then breathing out all the worries or the feeling with that.
I've got my daughter into the theatre as well now, so we go to Melbourne and we've seen The Lion King and King Kong over in Melbourne, so absolutely fantastic, and local productions down here as well. My daughter is the number one person in my life. She's very special to me. I'm her biggest supporter and biggest encourager because it's not about me, it's about her now. I need my daughter to know that she's loved every day and how important she is. Because, yeah, I know how it feels not to have that from a parent. I'm Natasha Lay. I am 43 and currently a student studying Certificate 3 in Community Service.
Hi, I'm Scarlett, I'm 24 and I'm a graphic designer and illustrator. For me, when I make art, it's not really expressing emotion, it's more taking me to a calm, quiet place. And that's something that I need in my life. The work that I create professionally is a different matter. So I'm the visual designer at an organisation called the Equality Institute, and a lot of our focus is on violence against women, gender equality, consent, changing social norms around all of those things. And I get to do some really fun work that has a really positive impact on people when I create work that affects someone else and makes their experiences of, rape culture or sexual assault itself better. That moves me profoundly. Having experienced sexual assault, it makes me more passionate about the work that I do, and it also makes me feel like if I can help someone who was in the same situation that I was in, looking at other people's stories really helped me. So if I can help someone else in that same way, that means the world to me.
So I was sexually abused for a period of about 8 years, from about the age of 5 to 13, and it was by 2 separate men, so they didn't do it together, it was all separate occasions. A few years ago I approached a mental health nurse, and she was the first person to listen to my actual story, and she said it was one of the worst cases, or worst story she'd ever heard, and to me hearing that was like hitting my head against a brick wall, because I thought, well, I didn't think it was that bad, because you grow up with what you grow up with, so you don't realise. And then when I was able to comprehend what she actually said, I thought I need to write about this, because as a little girl I always had a dream about writing a book. And I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to write about now. So I started writing my memories and how I thought about things. So the book Nobody's Child was published last year. At the time of writing it, I didn't even think about my own healing, but it certainly helped getting it out there and writing things, and obviously crying helps everybody, so whenever I still read it, sometimes I still cry as well. So in that way, it's certainly helped.
Well, I was about 11 years old and I just started developing, so I felt like something just died in me that day, like in my heart, and also like part of my mind froze, and I just felt really separated. Everything wasn't, you know, the same world that I'd known. I couldn't like articulate that to anyone. You know, you have to keep this dark secret. You sort of feel like it overshadows a lot of other things, but you don't stop becoming a victim until you finally like get that out of your life. But it's hard to start respecting yourself, to actually love yourself, because you feel like such a victim. I wouldn't have healed unless I had tried to do something, and this, you know, brings me back to like wanting to study it as a whole problem, saying, okay, yes, sure, there's all those like elite systems, and where do the problem actually lies, and how can you tackle it?
Something felt wrong, really wrong, but I had no idea what it was, and I think I was definitely in a state of denial. An aspect of that, I think, is that when you're denying that it happened, it doesn't make it as real. As soon as you admit that you were raped by someone, it makes it concrete. A lot of my healing was talking about it with people, with friends and family and professionals. I went to see a psychologist. A lot of the process was self-care and understanding my self-worth and knowing how to look after myself. A lot of hard work and self-reflection.
It made me feel, I won't say good talking about it, but it certainly helped with me learning and knowing that it had nothing to do with me and that it wasn't my fault. So if I didn't talk to her, then I probably would still be there thinking today that it was still all my fault. Yeah, and I don't want to think like that, and nobody should ever think like that, because it really had nothing to do with us. It's out of our control, so we should never blame ourselves.
When it's the transition from victimhood to, it's a gradual process, and it's a lot of different things, like along the way, people that have talked to you and help you, and then certainly, you know, later on down the track, something just clicks. Most
survivors just want to know that their feelings are valid, and a lot of that comes from just listening. You know, if someone feels that they want to share their experiences with you, listening and being supportive is the most positive thing you can do. As a survivor of sexual assault, I deserve what everyone deserves from a relationship. Trust, respect, love, care, honesty, all of those things. I'm no different to anyone else.
What defines me? The first thing that comes to mind is I'm a hippie. I guess it's something I've actually had to ask other people as well, their opinions. What did you like about me? And they said, well, I felt like you were always truthful, and I guess I've always had a desire to be kind.
I think helping others is what I'm about, and making other people aware of what happens and what happens as a survivor of child abuse, and that they can move away from anything. You just got to learn from it and move forward and try to help other people get through it. So that's certainly what I'm about anyway.
I feel like I am defined by my actions as a person, the kind of friend I am, the kind of things I create, what work I make, what output I have in the world.